Bills signed McGovern for 3 years, 22.5 million. So he's making about 7.5 per year in terms of average annual value. That is starting money. He is in the top 20 right now. I think he's 18th or 19th in terms of highest paid guards. Ryan Bates, they got him back on that 4-year, $17 million deal. So he's at about 3.5 right now. I'm not exactly sure about the cap hits, but either way, between the two of them, that's about $12 million tied up to your interior guards. So you're looking at them as the starters. So that's fine, right? You get that continuity. It's an upgrade from last year, but it's more patchwork. And that's what the Bills have been doing ever since trading away Wyatt Teller, where they have, I don't want to say refused, because they did draft Cody Ford and look how that turned out, but they've been trying to build their offensive line through free agency. Guys like Brian Winters, John Feliciano, Quentin Spain, Darrell Williams, Roger Saffold, Bobby Hart. The list goes on and on. So I've been wanting them to finally just make it a point to go get that interior offensive lineman and build it the right way. And we talked on the show last week about drafting an interior offensive lineman and signing a proven veteran tackle to help Spencer Brown on the outside and to give him that depth and competition. But if you have $12 million tied up between your two guards, then right now it doesn't seem like the Bills are going to want to draft an interior offensive lineman. I know a lot of us were liking Osiris Torrance from Florida. Seems like a great pick. I've seen a lot of mocks that have him coming to the Bills at 27. But then, even if you draft Torrance and say, well, he can start along with McGovern, and then you just maybe sit Bates, or maybe he can be that six man. He can be the swing player and be that versatile guy. Then it looks like it's a poor allocation of resources, because then it's like, why did you sign these guys for so much money if you were just going to draft one anyways? Why did you give McGovern that much money if you could potentially sit him? So it seems like the Bills are not going to draft that interior offensive lineman. And now, because they haven't re-signed Tremaine Edmonds, now, as of right now, you kind of have to draft a linebacker. And I'm not sure if there's a linebacker with a first-round grade right now. So you are putting all your money on hoping that Jack Campbell is there. Maybe Drew Sanders, but he's more of a project. Trenton Simpson out of Clemson, I don't know. But this is kind of like last year, where the Bills' only real hole was cornerback, and teams like Kansas City knew that they wanted a cornerback, so Kansas City traded up ahead of the Bills and got Trent McDuffie. So a team could look at that this year and say, oh, well, the Bills want Jack Campbell. All we need to do is leapfrog him just to prevent him from going to Buffalo, and then we can get him here. And believe me, there are a lot of teams that would want to do that. So now you're starting to see how some of these signings, where you look at it on the surface and say, oh, nice, McGovern's a nice guard, and Hardy's a nice little versatile weapon. But when you look at it from different angles, you start to see different things.